Today, I'll be interviewing my coach, Sri Uday Deshpande sir. It's a proud privilege for me to take this interview. I have been his student from the first batch way back in early 1970s. I started learning under him, and it has been a fortunate journey for all these years, for almost years, to work with him as a student, as a colleague, and here I am to ask few questions to Sir. Sir, the first question which I want to ask you is, in your commentary in several demonstrations, I have heard you saying that Malkham is an exercise which gives maximum exercise to the body in minimum possible time from the tip of the fingers to the tip of the toes. Could you explain what do you mean by this?
Yes, a lovely question. I always say that it's a unique piece of apparatus which gives maximum exercise to each and every part of the body within shortest time. I visualize it like a kalpavriksha, where each and every part has got different dimensions. Everything is useful, right from the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, the seeds, the stem and the branches and the roots, seeds, everything. Like that in Malkham. The different dimensions of Malkham, as it gives exercise to each and every part of the body within shortest time, not only to the external muscles like biceps and triceps, but also the internal systems like respiratory, circulatory, digestive, reproduction system, nervous system, everything. I remember Dr. Reinhard Bugler, when he had visited India, he was learning yoga in Germany. And for the advanced training in yoga, he came to BKS Iyengar in Pune. After completion of his course, he went to the Maharashtriya Mandal, which is the premier and pioneer institution in physical education in India. He happened to see the Malkham demonstration there, and he was so much fascinated that he took a lot of pictures and videos. After going back to Germany, he wrote one 250 pages book in German language on yoga, and he gave two big pages full of the information and photographs about Malkham, how the Malkham is extension of yoga, how all the benefits of yoga can be achieved through Malkham. Still today, he is always saying that in Ayurveda there are some marmas, and by doing rope Malkham and pole Malkham, we activate certain points of marmas, which is good for the well-being and for the good health. Similarly, it's not only exercise for the external muscles but for the internal systems, and the internal system which is most important is the lymphatic system. The lymph nodes which are spread all over the body in different parts, right from the tonsils to the thymus, the pancreas, the spleen, and in the respiratory system we have the heart, the lungs, which pump the blood throughout the body. But in lymphatic system, there is no pumps. So to activate these lymph nodes, which fight against the external warriors, and they keep your body healthy and detoxifying, you need to activate those lymph nodes. And this is maximum done in different elements on pole malkam and rope malkam. The additional benefits of malkam are innumerable. I remember one incident when one of my inspectors when I was working in customs and central excise. I was superintendent and he was working with me as inspector. Said he has a urine stone and doctor has advised him to come back to him after 3 months and he will be operated. He came to me for the leave application and explained his difficulty. I told him, we have got 3 months time. You come to Shivaji Park to Samartha Vyayam Mandir and we'll practice Malkham. That will help you. He seriously and sincerely practiced Malkham for 3 months. And when he went back to the same doctor, doctor said, oh, it's a surprise. Your urine stone is not there at all. Now, all these benefits we have to establish. All the different abilities like strength, stamina, speed, endurance, flexibility, neuromuscular coordination, balance, confidence, courage, all these abilities are best developed on this simple apparatus. We have many celebrities who are working in TV serials, cinemas, theatre, and when they practice Malkham, they said that it gives them confidence of different level. The aerial movement on the rope and on the pole gives them courage. As you have studied, the regular practice of Malkham develops the mental abilities, and these abilities are helpful in the academic career as well. This was more expressly understood when I started teaching the blind children. They were always gloomy, not interested in any activities, having a lot of troubles like stomach ache, headache. But when they started practicing Malkham, with the regular exercises on the rope, slowly their digestive system improved, their food intake improved, their concentration improved, changed the total personality of a person. This is how Malcolm helped each and every individual, not only the small kids, but also the visually sighted, visually impaired, the mentally handicapped, the physically handicapped, and even the adults. Each and every person is benefited. So Swami Vivekananda has said, the strength is life and weakness is death. Malcolm makes you strong. Malcolm makes you more resilient to different situations. So we have to make each and every individual strong in order to make Samartha Bharat, Sashakta Bharat, and in turn the healthy globe too. So that's why this message of Malcolm should go to each and every individual in the different parts of the world as well. I remember in 2004, in our first workshop of Malcolm in Germany, Dr. George Lechner was working for many years in India as German Consulate General. He asked a question, Mr. Deshpande has come all the way from India to Germany to teach us Malcolm. But don't you feel that we are the advanced country in sports? If you take up to Malcolm, we will definitely surpass you and go ahead. I said, you are absolutely right, sir. If you think only from the competition point of view, yes. But for that, we need not come all the way to Europe. Even in our Asian countries like China, Japan, Korea, they are also much advanced in sports. So if they take up to Malcolm, they will immediately surpass us and go further. But the main crux of Malcolm, it makes the development in the body, in the mental and physical abilities, which are very useful for mankind. In the developed countries like US and developing countries like India, there are some common problems like children study well, they don't get the desired marks. They get upset. Even if they get the marks, they don't get the admission to desired course, they get frustrated. Even after completion of the studies, they don't get a good job. And in all this frustration, depression, they turn to smoking, drinking, and drugs. Malkham is the best remedy for all this. It makes you mentally strong. Even in the youth of in 30s, they always face the neck ache, backache because of always using the computers and laptops and iPads. The Malkham exercises are the best remedies. Not to keep these benefits of Malkham to India only, to spread these benefits to the developed countries like yours. We have come all the way from India to Germany. So this is what is in my mind. Wherever possible, these benefits should be shared with the mankind, and each and every individual should be benefited.
That's a fantastic answer, sir. Uh, uh, I remember seeing the Malkham Khanda, the pictures of Malkham when adults are practicing. Now, when you started your Malkham career, it was a competitions on Malkham. So basically, it was children who were getting trained in Malkham. So way back during my childhood, from 1970s, I remember everywhere in India that competitive practice was a very strong trend. But you taught children, you have produced several national champions, Chhatrapati Award winners, but at the same time, you also were very passionate about teaching adults. You were very passionate about, as you have mentioned, about the visually challenged to address a special category. I want to know what made you do that. A part of your answer has come from the benefits, but was there anything else where you decided to move against the trend to teach a very different category of people where it was believed that Malkham can be done only by children?
Yes, you're right. It was a misconception for several years that Malkham is being practiced only by the children and adults cannot do it. But when we have to promote Malkham, we have to make it more popular, more global. We know why cricket is so popular. It's easy to take a bat in the hand and hit the ball to enjoy the game. Or why the football is popular. Easy to hit the ball with your foot. So, in order to promote the game and make it more popular, you should make it more simple, more enjoyable. Even adults should try to learn it in different ways. So I started teaching adults by inventing some easy exercises, some easy elements. Because usually to climb the rope initially, holding the rope in the toes or in the palm grip and pulling your body against the gravity and climbing up, the pain in the toes, the strength required in the arms, and the fear in the mind. All these are the obstacles which one has to overcome, and it's very difficult at the initial stages. So people used to say, no, 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 it's not my piece of bread. I can't do it. But when I started teaching them simple swing, sit on the rope, hold both the ends in your hands, and swing yourself. The strength of the palm grip is developed, the aerial sense is developed, the fear is going away. Slowly standing swing, lying swing, inverted hang, inverted swing. By making these elements, they get introduced to Malkham in a different way. Even the children and the adults as well enjoy doing Malkham. And I've got so many examples. not only in India, but when I conducted my first rope Malcolm workshop in Singapore in 1980s, the first person was 82 years of age. Even all the senior adults which are taking training with me, even Jutta Schneider from Germany, Pavel Kalina from Czech Republic, even in India, we have got Dr. Rupin Shah. He is now number one urologist in the country. Or Sheila Sharma, who is the mother of a film actress Ada Sharma, Nandita Pai, Beena Gupta. All these people, they came and they have now, the Malkham has been part of their regular workout. They enjoy doing Malkham and enjoy the benefits of Malkham. So once you introduce Malkham, even when I conduct for the last 16 years in all the camps which we conducted in Germany, it was children as well as their parents. So the parents were doing yoga, the children were learning Malkham, and when the children were doing Malkham, the parent yoga, the parents were doing Malkham. So teaching to the adults has got different dimensions, and I always have one peculiar thing. If a person easily learns it, it's good. I get satisfaction. But he is not able to do it, I get more challenging. Why he is not able to do it? Why I should do to make him learn this? What are the obstacles? What are the problems? How to solve them? And then slowly it improves your knowledge, it improves your experience, and you enjoy teaching as well as a person also enjoys learning.
Okay, so Malcolm has made you grow. You have made Malcolm grow. So, it's a fantastic combination. But here comes another question from me. You are passionate about coaching. 5 years old to 85 years old. I remember this small girl, Zora, who comes down from US every year at 5 o'clock early in the morning. She is waiting for you to finish your exercises so that you can take her malkham. So with kids you are different, with adults you are different. But one thing I have noticed, when you take a class, there is no drama, there is no big shout, there is the class is very silent. In fact, the class is very unassuming. uh, but you see the experience of the students of any age. They say, "Oh wow, it was a fantastic experience, to learn under you." So, what is this your knack of coaching, which reaches out to anyone and everyone?
That's a very nice question. See, coaching is, as you rightly said, it's my passion. I love coaching. And I always remember the example of a great sculptor who made many big statues and sculptures in the world. And he was asked, "How do you do it?" He said, "When I carve the stone, the idol, the statue is inside the stone only. I just remove everything which is not required and the idol comes out." So, whatever I want to teach somebody, it is himself or herself. I have to just explain. I have to just take out the things, maybe the fear, maybe what is required, the strength, the understanding, and he does it. So, one who explains is a good teacher, one who demonstrates is a better teacher, but one who inspires is the best teacher. Fortunately, I got the best teachers like Vyam Maharshi P.L. Kale Guruji, from whom I learned at my young age, and then late P.V. Bani Guruji from Pune. His way of talking while teaching, his expressions, his affection to the students. See, a class is not only they are learning and I am teaching. We are doing together some experiment where my inputs and his inputs both are equally important. So he should create an urge. Yes, I want to do this. So giving him some challenge. If he does that, the next level. So he learns slowly and steadily. And I enjoy that process. So this has been everywhere in about 30 countries where I've been, in Shivaji Park at Samartha Vaya Mandir where I've been teaching for the last more than 50 years. I still enjoy the teaching, the work that I best, it's my passion.
That's a very humble answer, sir. One rare quality which I have seen in you is, you are into teaching, you are into demonstrations, you are into organization of competitions, you have set trends where the Malkham was brought on the podium, you have set a trend where the Malkham has competitions have been taken in AC Pendal, reaching the international standards. But with this, you have one very different kind of, again, I don't know whether to use the word passion, but you love documentation. And I know how tedious it is, how time consuming it is, but you are with your paper and your pencil, noting down points, collecting paper cuttings, arranging files. What is the relevance of all this documentation, and how again this thought of collecting everything came in.
You know, right from my childhood, I started noting down everything, even when I was teaching. Maybe Kale Guruji had a good habit of collecting all the newspaper cuttings, and also since 1925, whatever press coverage and all, he had collected and kept it under his pillow. So I took it after him. I just sorted it out, and then in my own way, I started making a record of it. But teaching is also, it's my work. It's a lesson for me also. So what I did yesterday and what was the result of it, what I have to do tomorrow. So everything as a lesson plan I used to make when I was active. Even today, I go to different places. I write down diaries every day. I've got all more than 50 years diaries with me. So even today, I can recollect or I can find out when Mohan Ravle has asked question in the parliament to the sports minister then, Margaret Alva, why Malkham is not recognized by the government, what steps the government is doing to get recognition for this sport, and what answer she gave. So I've got the documentation of everything even today. Or when we met Mukul Vasnik, who was the sports minister, central sports minister, or Suresh Kalmari, who was the railway minister, or even how we got the Indian Olympic Association recognition. Everything I keep on the record. I don't throw away any paper. And so, the first entry of Malkham in the Mumbai Mayor's Cup tournament, the first Vasantik Shibir, that is summer annual summer sports coaching camp, which we started in 75. All those records I have still kept. And then sometimes I also wonder, even I don't get time to read it again what I've written earlier. Who will get time after me to go through all these papers and notebooks? But still, that has become a habit, and I still continue with it.
uh, I think that has made a fantastic archive, and I'm sure there will be some researcher who will come up and write a fantastic history about how it all developed, how it all changed, how it all happened. Now, apart from this Malkham, its benefits, its your work, now you as a person, this is one observation which not only I, but several of your students have. Sometimes the students get angry about it also, that you are ready to work with anyone and everyone. There have been people who have criticized you, there have been people who have cheated on you, there have been people who have backstabbed you, there have been people who have put you down, but when it comes to work, you are able to work with all of them. How, as a person, you are able to do this work?
Really, that's a great question. But I gave the credit to my mother. Once I told her that my teacher said, Uday, make friendship with good friends only. My mother said, Uday, it is not 100% true. You make friendship with all the good things what your friends have. The person may not be good, but he must have some good thing. You make friendship with that good thing. So, in my career of so many years in my office, in customs and central excise department, or in my Malkham journey for so many years on the district level, state level, national level, and even at the international level. So many people come across. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has got some or the other lacuna or maybe distrust or maybe bad habits or we forget it. We don't bother about it. We don't worry about it. What we have to do is what we can come together and what we can do together. So while working, I always think that my aim is to get the work done with the help of a person. So it comes with me, okay, we'll work together. If it doesn't come with me, I will work alone without him. And if it comes across, I will put him aside, but I will do the work. So this is the nature by which I have been working for so many years, and it has been successful. I'm very happy about it.
Okay. Now, I started learning under you when you were, college going student, maybe 16, 17 years old. So I have seen your routine at that time that coming to Vanshala early, then going to college from there, coming every evening to the Vanshala. I have heard when your parents would tell, they would go to Vanshala and come 10, 15 minutes before the school timing, had a fast bath and rush to school. And then it's not only the child, but a youth, a young adult, a middle-aged person, and now a senior citizen. So, last so many years which I have seen, the routine has been same. 4:30 to Vanshala, going to your work from there, coming back directly to Vanshala from the office, being there till 10, 10:30. What keeps you going?
That's the base which is created by my parents. When I was young, Kali Guruji used to come at 5:30 in the gym. My father used to wake me up. Come on, it's time to go to the gym. And at 4:30, I used to get up and go to the gym. Even in my school days, my school used to be at 7 o'clock. So before that, going to the school, gym, coming back home, having bath, and going to the school. Even after completion my education and then going to the office, I used to go in the morning to the gym. Then from directly from gym to the office, coming back again in the evening to the gym, and then late night at home. So even after retirement, it's the same procedure till today. Every day morning 4:30 in the gym and coming back home by 10:30, 11 in the night. Now, there are two, three reasons. Number one, I got this institution which is very well reputed. Again, one of the premier and pioneer institution of 95 years with me. So, a lot of work is there which I attend to every day. Not from the statutory point of view. There are people, the peons and caretakers who open the gym, or the clerks, or the teachers. But again, a passion or a mission, and so many tasks are undertaken. Some demonstrations somewhere, some competitions, some workshops, some speeches, some write ups, some records, some reports of the work done. So, this time, whatever I get, even I feel that it is less. And then there are other responsibilities, actually coaching also and maintaining everything. So I feel that if you want to be successful, day and night, the thought should be in your mind that what I've done, what is yet to be done and how I am going to do it. And then the 24 hours is absolutely less, and you feel like more and more and more. It's like addiction, you can call it.
It's a positive, creative, constructive addiction. Now, one last question. Uh, you had dwelled into the work of Malcolm. You know, it has been a fantastic work. It has been a fantastic journey. You know, from recognition of Malcolm to the global presence of Malcolm. I remember as a competitor also when I competed, there were hardly any players, very few districts. Now Malkhambh is everywhere in all the districts of Maharashtra, in almost all the states of India, the global presence, and your work is fantastic. Your contribution is fantastic. But I keep on hearing very frequently from you, ठीक है, you know, अब तक बहुत काम किया होगा. I may have done quite a good work, but still there is a lot of work which is remaining. I'm curious to know what is this lot of work? What is your vision about Malkham? Where do you see Malkham maybe 10 years down the line?
Absolutely, it's uh, when we think of when I consider so much is done and there is a lot of appreciation from different parts of society, but still the work is not only complete, but it has to be done by so many other measures. Like people are all looking at Malcolm from the competition point of view. Yes, it's good. Mahamuni Patanjali, when he started yoga, the main aim was moksha prapti. So yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So eightfold Ashtanga yoga, you can describe it. But later on, when it was found that Malkham yoga is good for not only for spiritual development, but it has got so many medical benefits. It's good for heart disease, it's good for diabetes, it's good for blood pressure. So a medicinal aspect was attached to it. When it was found that doing yoga, it makes your body well proportionate. So especially like in the cities like Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, especially where the women folk was going for the work. So it was necessary for keeping your body in proper state to develop your bust line, to reduce your waistline. So yoga was attracted to the people were attracted towards it. When the small children are there, neither they are spiritually oriented, neither they have got problem of any diseases, neither they have got their posture problems. So what? Why they should do yoga? So they should do it from the sportive aspect, and then it was demonstrative or competitive. So now there are competitions in yoga on different levels: district level, state level, national level, international level, all India inter-university level, school level. Similarly, in Malkham, competition is one part, but Malkham is best for all round, all proportionate body development. To develop your triceps or to develop your back muscles. When we go to the gym, there are different machines for different body parts. So for your biceps and triceps, you have got different machine. For your calf muscles, you have got different machine. For your thigh muscles, you have got different machine. For your back muscles, there are different machines. But here, only one pole or only one rope. But each and every part of your body can be best exercised on that. So how to make this knowledge, make it available to different kinds of people as a fitness sport. As we have seen, Malkham is extension of yoga. So the yoga community all over the world is now getting attracted towards the circus people. They are coming to yoga like trapeze or rings or rope. Now they have found Malkham very interesting. what we call it performing arts, like Daksha Seth and Isha. They have taken Malcolm to a different level altogether. You see all this entertainment के लिए कुछ भी करेगा, India's got talent और Georgia's got talent, America's got talent और Marathi पाउल पढ़ते पढ़े, all these different reality shows has got the first place won by the Malcolm players. They may be from Ujjain, they may be from South India, they may be from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, or from Maharashtra, but that's a different dimensions to Malcolm than the competitive Malcolm. Yet there are many, as I've explained earlier, Dr. Aniruddha Joshi, we call him Aniruddha Bapu. He is very good spiritually and practically, sound knowledge. He has stated that Malkham is good for Kundalini Jagruti. All the Shat chakras will be activated by the practice of Malkham. Even Swami Nityananda in Bangalore, he has said that Malkham is the Shivastambha Yoga and rope Malkham is the Kundalini Rajju Yoga. In Kapala Kurantaka Yoga also, the different yogic postures on the rope are explained in Sanskrit. Now all this has to be studied. It has to be brought to the mankind, to the people. I remember Padma Shri Sadashiva Nimbarkar when he started Yoga Vidya Niketan classes in Samartha Vyayam Mandir. He used to sit on the first floor where a long queue of patients used to be there. And he used to sit with his prescription paper. The patient used to tell him he has got insomnia. Then he used to write down yogic postures on that paper and give it. Diabetes, indigestion, or gastric problems, or stomach ache, or blood pressure, high blood pressure. And he used to write down for every ailment, every chronic disease, yogic postures prescribed. And then the patient used to take that prescription slip on the second floor. And in the yoga hall, expert yoga trainers used to be there. They used to see the prescription and teach that patient to do those specific yogic exercises. And with continuous training for 3 months, 6 months, that patient used to get rid of those ailments. The same strength is in Malkham. So I can imagine in years to come, a Malkham expert like Shreyas Maskar sitting in AC cabin, long queue of patients with different ailments, and Shreyas used to prescribe them, okay, these elements on the pole Malkham. And then they take that prescription, go to the hall, and the expert Malkham trainer used to, can teach them those exercises, and practicing those Malkham exercises on the pole on the rope, they'll get rid of those ailments within due course. So this is what has to be studied, what has to be research and development has to be made in this, and scientifically and medicinally is to be expressed or exposed to the world. Now we know in this global pandemic like Corona, Ayush Mantralaya has given arsenic album the best preventive medicine. It develops your immune system. Now, in years to come, the Ayush Mantralaya can say that these exercises on Malkham are best preventive measures for getting rid of any pandemic like Corona. And people will turn to Malkham not only from India but from all over the world. So this is what work we have to take further. It's okay, Malkham has now reached the world stage. We conducted the first world championship. There will be second world championship, third world championship. Number of participant countries will go on increasing. It will be in Asian Games or Commonwealth Games. It will be included in the national games or the Women's Sports Festival, maybe Bank Sports Board or All India Police Boards or Services Sports Control Board. So that's competitive different part. But this is the main work which is to be done by many people. It's not one man show. It's many people can come together, think about it, plan, and action, and then we can definitely achieve the long cherished dream of taking Malkham to different heights. This is what is still remaining, and I have to do it in my remaining life as early as possible.
And one last question, sir. Um, we need to, there are no books on Malkham. There is no formal structure, written structure, I would say. Mm, so, any plans about
Wow.
writing a book, writing
First, yes,
another khanda, I would say, rather than a book?
basically, we have Mahesh Attari who has written two books on Malkham earlier. Ashish Mehta from Ujjain also has written a book on Malkham in Hindi. Even Van Nankosh Volume 3, which is entirely a 350 pages book on Malkham. But we have to make some additions in the same edition of Volume 3. I have taken permission from the authority, and soon we will be revising that Volume 3 and making a good encyclopedia of Indian physical culture in English, and which will be available to the global fraternity of Malkham. We have started with graded courses of Malkham. Like earlier, we had in India, in Hanuman Vyam Prasarak Mandal or in Mumbai Sharik Shikshan Mandal, like Vyam Mechu, Vyam Premi, Vyam Pravesh. Like we have started 6 level Malkham development course, like Malkham Bechu, Malkham Premi, Malkham Pravesh, Malkham Praveen, Malkham Kushal, and Malkham Vishara. So we are writing with the help of Dr. Nita Tatke and Shreyas Maskar that all over the world it will be same curriculum. People will read it. It's described how to teach, how to perform, how to take examination and give certificates. And Vishwa Malkham Federation will certify him for that particular level of performance all over the world in the same manner. And of course, another book on experiences in my journey of Malkham and the magic of Malkham, what Malkham can make, change the person and change the world.
Okay, thank you, sir. It has been fantastic, almost an hour talking to you. Wish you all the best for all the work that you are doing, you will be doing, and many more awards, many more appreciations to come on your way. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.